Education 121 Child and Adolescent Development course, I got the privilege to learn about the development of a child and throughout its adolescent stages. We focused on recognizing theories of growth and the various developments the child would go throughout life. Also, we examined implemented observations and interviewing skills as a means to understanding a child, and much more throughout the course. My partner and I completed a board game focusing on the child's physical, cognitive, social, and emotional development. I learned a lot about the development of a child through playing with this board game, as it was designed to be in the shoes of a child who is just going through these stages. For example, a person could draw a card from here, and if they picked one from the cognitive, it would say, act like a 4-year-old and write with your non-dominant hand. If they picked one from the social-emotional stack, it would say, act like a 5-year-old and cry because your mom took your toy away, and that would be more of an emotional action. We also have physical, and we have questions of all the content that we learn throughout the course. And then I have the questions that came with the cards. And I have the board game instructions. And we created it in a way where adults do the everyday actions, well, some, because we don't all cry for our mommies, but we created these actions that were more difficult for us to see how difficult it would be for a child who was just starting to learn how to write their name with their dominant hand, and so on. I also learned Erik Erikson and his 8 stages of development. I also learned Vygotsky, Piaget, Bandura, and all of them different theorists. My partner and I created a Prezi. As you can see, it's cutie. And I learned a lot about Erik Erikson and all his 8 stages, like trust versus mistrust, autonomy versus shame, initiative versus guilt, and so on. I heard about his stages in high school, but I never went in depth until this course, and I learned a lot about his stages. And I learned that I can apply all the knowledge that I absorbed for future references, for my career, for my son. And yeah, thank you.